Well, me and my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, almost had a year. Literally, February 5th was going to be a year together. Found out that she was cheating on me with her best friend, Jimmy Dean. Literally, Jimmy Dean. I'm like, the breakfast sandwich? Like, not a literal breakfast sandwich, but that's what she called him.
She's cheating on you with the breakfast sandwich.
Yeah, right. I'm like, oh, I feel so much better. You know, an inanimate object, you know. But no, she did that. Found that out, pretty much just broke me down. I was
that's so
completely like in shock because this was my most serious and most longest relationship I was ever in. She said that she wasn't going to be dating for a really long time because she had to work on herself and do all that stuff. And I was like, okie dokie, artichoke. And I was like, I'm gonna do me because you literally stopped me from doing me for a really long time. I put my life on hold for you.
You sound like you'd be a good actor. Like you do voices and stuff.
I would love to. No, I can't.
You live right near New York. You could actually do that.
Oh, that would be cool,
I always wanted to run away to New York. I didn't do it till I was 40.
Oh, wow.
We were talking about this when, by the time I'm 60, I plan on being in a camper, trailer, going all over the... Yeah, that's what they were saying.
Yeah, we're
we're talking about doing this together. We're going to be in a caravan.
Yeah, I want to get a Sprinter and like convert it into like a travel van so I can go
you
like...
know all about this.
Yes.
No, we're getting an RV and you're coming with me.
Like, or an RV.
Okay,
or
I'll be in the caravan. I want a teardrop, what do they call it? I think they call it a teardrop trailer.
I literally woke up this morning and I heard literally 3,200 people.
Oh.
Like,
you guys are so far away from it though. Like, we're way out. Where are we?
Oh, we're far out.
It's like Newton, between Morristown and Newton.
Newton was a fig.
Yeah, fake Newton. I never heard of Newton before tonight. I'm from Old Bridge, and that was like an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
And I got
around.
That's
a godsend.
It just happened. That's what we were saying.
It literally saved my life tonight.
She's how does that work? She's giving us a solid too, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all helping each other out, so it's
equally.
great.
Oh, let me start from the beginning. Yes, I am also female to male transgender.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't want to tell you that story. That was his story to tell.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So I was adopted from Russia, in Garsk City. And
you don't have an accent.
No, I don't. I wish I did. Before my 4th birthday, came over here. Really, really bad paths with my biological parents. Horrible with my adoptive parents. She basically adopted me, so because my mom is just like a piece of... Both sets of my parents were alcoholics, drug addicts, and very abusive, like physically, all the above. I dealt with that for a really long time. I've been homeless on and off for 9 years. So moving fast forward, I'm 24 now. Became homeless when I was 16 because I kicked myself out of the house because I could not stay in that toxic environment anymore. I was literally going to like shoot myself. Like, I'm not even kidding. It was so bad.
I hate to interrupt you, but it's still on. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you a Christian?
Yes.
Okay.
Always have been.
Born again Christian, right? You trusted your life to Jesus, admit that you're a sinner, ask him to be a part of your life.
Yeah.
And you talk to him, and he's part of your life.
I talk to him every day. I try to even have like a relationship with him because if you're not going to have a relationship and you even ask anything, like, you're not really, you don't have anything. It's pretty much empty. It's an empty kind of void if you don't have a connection with your higher power. Whatever that may be, whatever. But mine is God. Always has been, always will be, Amen.
Okay, I got a question. How did Becca come into your life?
Actually, she came into my life. We met at church.
Oh.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, we met at the Christ Community Church in Newton.
Wow, how did you get to the church?
I was living actually in a rooming house right down the street, and I had just one day decided, let me go check out this church because I've never been there. So that's how me and her ended up getting in touch, and then we kind of just like stuck, like glue. Like we instantly had a connection, and she was like, "You're my kid," automatically, like because my mom is.
He told me his story about his mom and parents not being there. I was like, okay, that's it. You're my son. I'm your mom.
Yeah, so she basically just like emotionally and like spiritually like adopted me. No, on
I haven't
paper,
adopted him
really
on paper, but he's still my son.
Yeah, and I love her.
And I love him too.
So, all right, any questions?
So questions. I can ask like really hard questions and stuff. Have you had like the full operation?
Not yet, but I do want to get it. So it's basically gender reassignment surgery, and it's female to male transgender. And I was born, obviously, all female, but transitioning into male. Oh, and guess what? We're going to pass my parents.
I wish I knew more people like you guys. This is amazing. I want to go to your church.
Oh, it's a great
We
place.
accept everyone.
So far, it's like
We're accepting towards everyone.
2 hours away, but
we're
that's okay.
accepting towards everyone. We love everyone.
Oh my gosh, that's
Equality
amazing.
is
I
the
mean, my
best
church
thing.
is like that too, but
Yeah. Oh, all right. So, yes, I do want to get my top surgery, but I want to wait until I have a child before I do bottom surgery. It's a lot of money.
now, or what is it?
No, I was on testosterone in 2017, and I got off at 2018 December, so it was basically a year on it. And it was like the T-shot. We just call them T-shots. You just bang it in your leg, and that's pretty much it. And it was once a week, did that. But then it was like really screwing with my emotional state, my mentality.
Oh,
and
really? Did it make you feel angry?
Not angry. I was more depressed than anything, and I self-harm, so that's a whole nother like ball game right there. And it was just making everything really go downhill. It was bad. It was not healthy for me, so I decided to get off of it, even though I knew it was gonna make me really sad. Because I wasn't growing any facial hair. You know, my voice did deepen a little bit.
Really? Wow.
But sometimes I kind of can
This is
higher my
in there
voice a
pretty
little
well.
bit, so I kind of sound like I just sound like a 14-year-old boy, to be honest. When people usually think I'm like 14. And then 24. I got tattoos and I got piercings.
Have you always lived in this area?
Yes, my parents lived down that road over here on Hillside Ave. So they live right across from Franklin School.
They adopted you from Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how did that happen?
It took them 2 years. They didn't have any criminal background history, nothing that looked suspicious, but they didn't know that both of my parents were into heroin, cocaine, and drinking, and my mom was into pills, and they didn't know any to the extent of the fact that they were abusive at any point.
Did you have brothers and sisters?
I have a brother. He's not biological. I do have 4 biological siblings, but one passed away during birth. I've never been able to meet them. I never really got to meet my parents on an after basis of being adopted. It was a closed adoption, and I thank God for that, because
What's a closed adoption?
Closed adoption is where you cannot have any contact before you're 18, but if you had the, wanting to even go and talk to them or know where they are, get information, I could, but it's still probably not a good idea already knowing my past with them. And they don't call them orphanages in Russia, they call them baby homes. So baby home number 1, 2, 3, 4, I was in 4.
Okay. And so your parents did not want to get in contact with you, didn't try to get in contact with you?
Nope.
Okay, and it wasn't until you were 4.
Yeah.
So why did they put you in a baby home?
I was abandoned at 9 months old. They had basically just left me on the street, and the soldiers that were, I guess, roaming around, we call them soldiers in Russia, so they're not police officers, they're soldiers, and they're very, very, very tough and strict. And the area that I grew up in Garza City, was extremely, famished. We were like peasants, pretty much. I never saw grass before. It was all dirt. I was terrified. Oh, you want to hear the story behind me coming to America and on the plane? That's an interesting one.
This isn't bad.
Okay, so when
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
So,
You guys are being so quiet back there.
I'm actually listening to the story. I haven't heard this.
Oh,
You got really
you
good
haven't even heard
friends.
this? Yeah, no, they're amazing.
Okay.
Okay, so when I first
trying
got
to-
on the plane, I would not put my seatbelt on. Never seen a plane in my life. I was unorthodox to everything that was going on. Never had a clue as to what was going on. I didn't
You
even
were only
speak a
4.
lick in English. Yeah. I learned English in 6 months, by the way, fully. And my first sentence was, "Take it easy, button boy," because my brother used to press all these buttons, And that my dad always said that, so I kind of just like picked it up, and the first sentence, not even a word, was "Take it easy, button boy." So that was pretty cool. But I hated the plane. I didn't know what the heck I was on. I cried. I screamed. I would not put the seatbelt on.
Was anybody with you?
My mom, my dad, and my brother. And finally got to America. My dad took me out of the car because I fell asleep. He dropped me on the way inside to the house because he was so like far gone, like on drugs and God knows whatever else. Didn't know what a dog was, so as soon as I walked into the house, I saw this like black and white. It was a collie. His name was Homer, and at the time he was 15 years old. And he was just barking. I was like, I don't know what this thing is. Like, what is it doing? Like, I've seen a cat, because there's, like, stray cats in Russia all over the place. And whatever. So, I first walk into the house, and I jump into the bed. And then my parents, like, just said, all right, we're just going to pretty much leave you right here and let you do your own thing. I slid under the bed, and I slept under the bed because I was so terrified. I didn't know what was going on.
You remember all that?
Yeah. I remember a lot of things from Russia and from an early age because everything was pretty much to the point where it's just traumatic for me. I already had gone through so much with them. I used to write a lot of poems about it when I was like 12. I started writing poems.
Good for you. That was probably very therapeutic.
Yeah, no, it was, and I was in dance. I was in competitive tap dancing, so that was fun. It like got me out of myself. Like I was very shy in the beginning, but you know, coming here was a big hurdle, and it you know, many people would be like, "Oh, you're a kid," you know. It can't be that hard, but like so much is getting thrown at you. You don't expect how much stress or anything you're gonna have.
I'm too young to handle all that.
People think that kids, you know, they don't get stressed out, and that's not the case. It's not true.
Right.
I already had been like diagnosed with PTSD and a bunch of stuff, and like other mental health issues. I have Asperger's, which is you're not there. They don't call it Asperger's anymore. They call it high functioning autism.
Okay.
And I am very high functioning. Like when I talk, like, you know, I'm pretty good with my words. I know my vocabulary pretty well. But I am a like beam of energy. Like I'm like hey. Like I'm always pretty much like just I'm gone. I'm like, hey, what's up? And like sometimes I'll just like out of nowhere because my ultimate will be like, what's up? You know that movie, the Scream movie, where the guy has that mask on. Yeah, and he goes, what's up? And then he goes, what's up? You know.
I saw it on The Office.
Oh,
of all things.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Oh, that show is hilarious.
So you're still in touch with your other mom?
Yeah, I mean I don't like to be, but
you don't live there. You haven't lived there since you were 16. Oh, really?
Yeah.
But you stayed with this mom, Becca?
Yeah.
Before?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And she was the one who basically was like, all right, you're coming with me. It's safe as bet, you know. She knows what's going on with me and all that stuff. And we helped each other out and stuff like that. And we're also in the same recovery group as well.
Oh, you're in Celebrate Recovery.
Yes. So we're in that together. I mean, you know, and it's winning. Take it one day at a time. You literally have to take it a second at a time mostly because it's too much to handle. But all right.
So what else?
What else?
Does the gender reassignment surgery cost a lot of money?
Yes, it does. In total, you probably be looking around $40,000. Depending on what kind of surgery you're getting, because the bottom surgery entails of 6 separate surgeries.
So there's a bottom surgery and a top surgery?
They have to give you a skin graft on your leg or whatever part of your body you want that has a nerve or a tendon, an artery of some sort that, you know, blood can pass through. And it's a very long process. It's extremely painful. You could get paralyzed from doing the bottom surgery. That's why I'm kind of skeptical to do anything at any, like, just in the next like 10 years. I'd rather go out of country to do that, because I know Sweden is very, very, you know, good at what they do with the trans community.
Okay,
They're very
Sweden.
open. Yeah.
And I hate to interrupt you. I don't want to miss this, but why is it so important to you to get the surgery done? Couldn't you just not have the surgery?
I could, and there's other things that I could do, like, I don't know if you've ever heard of, like, probably, STP, which is a stand to pee. Like, it makes you feel like you have something down there, you know? You can use the men's bathroom and not have to, like, go in the stall and feel, like, really awkward about it. You could actually go and stand at a urinal and go to the bathroom and do that. That's pretty much called a packer. You can, there's one that's called a 3-in-1 STP packer, and it's a, STP, I'm trying to remember, pee, pack, and play. Kind of get the gist of that. That's pretty easy.
Why not just stay a woman? If you don't mind me asking that, I know that's a big question.
I think also because of my past with, like, like my abuse and stuff like that.
That's so great. You can talk in front of your friends like that.
Yeah,
I love it.
it's totally cool. I mean, I've had so many people ask me, like, just an array of questions, just like out of nowhere, and I'm like so open about it because I've talked about it so much. It's pretty much comfortable.
Okay. What was the answer again? It's late. I'm sorry.
Which question?
Why it's important to you?
I think it's important to me because it makes me feel like I have also a sense of control. Like, I can do this to my body whether people like it or not. Like, my parents are not like, they just hate anything LGBT. They didn't even like when I was gay.
So you were gay?
I was gay, yeah.
A gay woman?
Yes.
And were you sexually abused?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty much until I was 4, up until I just, like, saw my dad just a couple days ago. I mean, he literally beat the crap out of me because of a jar of pickles. I literally ate 4 pickles and he, like, freaked on me. So it's that kind of toxic environment that I had to deal with. And I don't want to do it. I mean, I'll go there to visit my mom, even though I know it's probably not, like, conducive to my health, my mental health, but I still care about her. I'm never gonna not stop loving them, but it's very difficult to. And it really kind of sets the boundaries for other relationships in my life, friendship, romantic relationship, and even sometimes my relationship with God. Like, I have a very hard time trusting in people, but I'm very open. I can tell a stranger my entire life story, but if it was my best friend or something, I'd kind of just sit there and glare. Like, I wouldn't know what to say, you know, because I didn't want them thinking something bad about me, or like...
Well, I love you just the way you are.
What thanks?
I wouldn't change anything about you.
Aw, that's so sweet. I wouldn't change anything about you guys either.
Aw, thank you.
Or you.
Thank you.
And I just met you. But,
I hope I can stay in touch with you guys.
oh, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
What are your hopes and dreams, other than maybe the gender reassignment? Like, what do you want to do?
I want to go to college for marine biology. Science was my most, like, important kind of subject in school, let alone math. Wow, don't even get me started with math. But
you like math or don't like math?
I hate math.
Hate math. Okay. I
get so
cried.
frustrated with it.
I literally cried in my math classes in college, but I got through somehow.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not fun. And I got like a 2% on my test one time because I just wasn't paying attention. But I want to become a marine biologist, but I know, like, I won't be able to, I don't think I'll be able to do it, so I kind of just, like, turn to occupational therapist because I love special needs.
Yes.
I don't know if you've ever heard of SBSK, Special Needs and Special Kids. It's a YouTube channel, and he brings people in. It's an amazing channel. You learn a lot, too. He brings in people who have physical ailments, neurological disabilities, developmental disorders, you know, all that stuff. And he'll bring them on and interview them. And it's the most heartwarming thing because he is so just loving and caring, and you know.
Oh, I love
he's
that. I
such a
definitely
sweet
want
guy.
to see that.
Oh yeah, no.
Special
you
needs and
should.
special kids.
Yes.
It's called. Okay.
Special needs and
I think I
special
remember
kids.
that.
Really shy of 3 weeks ago that I finally got the full diagnosis of both of them because they had to redo the testing and it was a hassle. So I got diagnosed with acute leukemia lymphoma, which is just one form of blood cancer, and that is stage 3, and then the anaplastic thyroid cancer is stage 2. So that's basically just your thyroid, and it basically controls your entire body. If that's screwed up, your mentality, your mental state, your physical state, your emotional state is just pretty much like ruins. And nobody really thinks about your thyroid as being like one of the biggest, like, you know, reasons how your body reacts to the things that it does. I live off of SSI at the moment, because my parents put me on mental health disability at 17, because they knew it was going to be really difficult for me to work, and I'm still on it. But
Because what was the disability when you were 17?
I had a lot of mental health issues going on, like PTSD, anxiety, insomnia, ADHD. I have also dissociative identity disorder, which is
okay. I know I have ADD too. It's like a very creative thing.
Yeah.
And I can tell you're very creative.
I am. Oh my gosh! If you saw the drawings I have.
Where are
I
they
actually
at?
have one with me.
Oh, you do?
I have one with me, of course, just
okay.
one. But everything else that I have is at the storage unit in Ledgewood.
I have one more big question.
Go for it.
How much longer do the doctors say you have?
With both of them combined, and since it's acute, which means it hasn't been touched yet, like, not the cancer has been touched, not with medication or chemo or anything.
Yeah, you can just pull in this right here and
roughly, and without treatment, about like a year and a half. But if I do get treatment, hopefully, like, I do. I don't know if I'm gonna, because my body feels like it's on fire when I have chemo.
But
It literally
you have
feels like you're
people with
walking
you.
through fire. I know, but it's too much in my body.
No, you're going to go through chemo.
I'm not gonna do chemo.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
If God wants me to go, I'll go proud and happy. It was really nice to meet you,
nice
though.
to meet you.
And I really want to, like,
What a blessing.